Early, if anything. My foot in the door. Family, I've heard this before. Hello! Have a chance to soar. Don't say daddy's home. Sorry, cut. Don't say daddy's home. Welcome to the Atrioc broadcast, May 13th, 2025. Busy beaver. Busy day, but I'm live. I'm live and direct. Hello from New Zealand, governor. You don't, that's not a New Zealand thing, is it? Governor? That's like a Cockney UK thing. Oi, governor. That's not a, you don't say that. Hello! Hello, Newt Toot. Hello, Slightly Leading. Hello, Papa Wheelie. Hello, Please Just Call Me Titan. Hello, Seb, Mitch, Real Jim, Dog, Vivi, Div, Warding here, Yondi Guy, etc., etc. Blueprints videos fire. Thank you. It's a little short. It's a little short. We should have made it longer. I know it's a little bit brain rot, short form slop content, but what are you going to do? You got to meet the demands of the people. House finale was heat. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It was a good day. The house marathon was fun. Makes me want to figure out, maybe we could do that today. Listen, I've been working on a slideshow all day and yesterday. Couple of slideshows actually, and topic for Lemonade Stand. So I'm a little bit burnt out. I'm a little bit burnt the fuck out. And so I would like to vibe and chill for a bit. One thing we could do is try to pick what the next show after House would be. It is a big, key, important discussion. It's like a powerful choice that we have to make for our late night watch sessions that I think would be fun. House was a good one, you know. House really, the thing that was so great about House was that if you missed one episode, 2 episodes, 10 episodes, a season, 2 seasons, it's exactly the same. No matter what day you show up, it's the same fucking show. They barely change a damn thing. And so it makes it easy to slot in. I don't want to watch a show where every episode would matter because no one's going to be able to watch every episode. It's not feasible. If you're following the trend, a cooking series should be next. Why would that? What trend are you talking about? What trend? I don't know what trend are you talking about. Lost is pretty good. Lost is exactly the example, the opposite of what I said. Lost is like literally the worst choice of what I just said. I want something where it doesn't have episodes that would be important to the plot that you could miss, and then how about One Piece? Luffy. What if we watch 8 to 12 episodes of One Piece every day for the rest of the year? Huh? I'm sorry, Luffy. I am a Bob. Thank you for the 15 months. As part of the contract for me subbing for 15 months, you are now obligated to start watching Madam Secretary in lieu of us having completed House MD. In lieu would mean we didn't complete it. We did complete it. Madam Secretary, I've never heard of this show. TV series? This is a American political drama about a political science professor who's appointed as the Secretary of State. What? Okay, spoiler alert, but in the 5th season, she becomes president. Sorry, bro. I don't think so. How about a House rewatch? Wait a minute. What if we start House from the beginning and catch all the things we missed? What's up, Yeti? What's up, Yeti? Kersito's thinking of 27 months. X-Files would be good. That was one of the ones I had on my list. X-Files is probably my front runner right now, but I'm open to other ideas. Maybe we do a Reddit thing about it or something. Obviously, I'm not going to watch Family Guy funny moments. That's not even a show. That's not even a show. That's just clips of Family Guy. That's like TikTok reacts. Hey, Shark, have you seen United Healthcare stock? I'll tell you who has. Ludwig, because he picked it in the competition. Dude, your fucking thing's not whooshing. Why is it not whooshing? Oh, it's there. Okay, it's there now. It's delaying. No, it is, but wait, all right. Am I hearing it late? Like when that popped up, are you getting, okay. Cause for me, it's whooshing out and then big delay and then sound. It's timed. Okay. Maybe there's a fucking delay on my end. Fuck. You should watch the Comedy Central show Corporate. It's the perfect black comedy about business for this stream. I saw Corporate a long time ago when it came out. It's pretty funny. Not impossible. The thing is, it can't be too popular. That's one thing you guys have to realize is if it's too popular, then it's on the radar. And then if it's on the radar, I can get banned for it. The good rule of thumb is, are there full episodes available on TikTok right now that you can scroll through 10-minute segments of? That was the case for House. House has the entire seasons on TikTok. If it's not there, then you're kind of screwed. Like we couldn't watch Breaking Bad or something. There's a lot of things we couldn't watch. It also have to be like pretty old. Like it has to have aired over 10 years ago easily. If it has aired in the last 10 years, even a season, it's not on the list. It's not on the list. Because they'll catch you. They'll get you. Malcolm in the Middle. I do love Malcolm in the Middle. But I don't know. I'm thinking about it, okay? I'm thinking about it. I also want a show where it has some peaks. One cool thing about House is the average episode is trash. The average episode of House is slop, but it has some peaks in there. Like they randomly decide to fuck around and go crazy. And they like up their production value. They get some good guests. They go crazy. And that's what I liked about House. It's like, it was almost like a slot machine. You know, you pull it and it goes, nothing, nothing, ding, 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 jackpot. And you get something crazy. So you want something slop, but that can be good sometimes? Yeah, basically. I mean, if it's all good, it'll be too good to show. Like, I'm not going to watch the fucking Sopranos or Breaking Bad. And if it's all slop, I'll get too bored. A lot of people saying Psych. I got to be honest with you, man. I've been avoiding saying it because I don't want to anger the mob. Psych looks terrible. Looks terrible. I'm sorry. I watched the trailer. It looks terrible, bro. I'm sorry. It looks terrible. I'm just calling it like I see it. I was trying to be nice. I was trying to let you off the hook. I was just ignoring it. And you keep ramming it down my throat. I got to tell you, it doesn't look that good. It looks like something I would not enjoy. Now, Pokemon Indigo League, that is a real... The thing about Pokemon Indigo League is that is trash, but because I am the perfect age to have grown up with that and have it take over my entire life, it'll be so nostalgia fucking maxing. I'll turn the frying pan into a drying pan. What do you know about White Collar? I've never seen it. Don't even know anything about it. You want me to watch the original Ben 10? Jesus Christ. God, dude. Really? We're going to get on every night and watch Ben 10? No, dude, no. Some of these you guys need to watch by yourselves. Okay? Some of these things is not... People are just saying some of the... You know what? To be real, to be quite raw and quite real, a lot of you are only suggesting your favorite show, which doesn't really make sense. You should be suggesting a show you haven't seen. iCarly? Bro, I'm not going to watch iCarly. Community? Is that a real suggestion? Did you honestly suggest Community? How new are everybody here? What are you talking about, Community? That's how this whole started, was Community. The whole point is Community. We watched all of Community, and that's how we got to House. And now people are suggesting Community after House. Like, how about Batman Beyond? That's true, actually. Batman Beyond was the original. Batman Beyond was the original and the GOAT. The thing about Batman Beyond was most people hadn't seen it. That's why it made it so good. People hadn't seen it and they were surprised by how good it was. Corey in the house? Okay. Okay, now we're cooking. Corey in the house. Deep themes, you know what I'm saying? Powerful characters. Geopolitics. That's the kind of shit you get Corey in the house. That's the kind of shit we can learn from. Corey in the House MD, a crossover episode. Do you know it used to be fun? Well, we could never do it because the problem is chat are just not reliable people. But in real life, one of my most favorite drinking games was with my friend Toph, who's a big anime watcher. And he put me onto this show, Detective Conan. Detective Conan's like one of the longest running animes of all time. Every episode is a self-contained murder mystery. And so what we would do is we would watch an episode of Detective Conan and we would try to guess who the killer was. And when we got it wrong, we would drink. And the episodes are pretty short, like 22 minutes or whatever. So you could just bang out like 6 of them, drink, have, it was very fun. The problem with chat is that they will cheat. They will look up the answer and then it won't be a fun thing. That would have been a cool thing to do, though. Okay, deep cut here. Game of Thrones. I cannot do Game of Thrones. I will get banned. I remember every detail on EG. You remember every detail of every episode of 1,000+ episodes of Detective Conan. You have an encyclopedic memory. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Can we watch the NFL 2002 season? Nothing would get me banned quicker, but that is funny. It'd be funny to pick a random season of a random sport from 2 decades ago and watch the whole thing like it's live. Like watch all the fucking storylines. Yeah, like like 1978 basketball or something. Instead of us watching a show, Why don't you just read us a book? Is that what you said? You mean I go live every night and I just sit here and read you a book? Like it's fucking story time. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Why not House of Cards? It's because I'm such a big Kevin Spacey fan, I will not be able to contain myself with excitement. You know, I won't be able to focus because I'll be cheering him on so much. Also, yeah, you get strike too. That's Netflix is a no-go, just to be clear. A Netflix original is a no-go. They're litigious. Although they are been putting their shit on TikTok lately. The West Wing. You want me to watch some fucking Aaron Sorkin slop? You're trying to get Aiden in my chat? Pogging over. No. Listen, my options are Scrubs would be funny, low key, but we're gonna do back-to-back medical show. I do love Scrubs, just because Scrubs. It's actually a mixture of Community and House, is what it is. The Apprentice. Oh my God! Wait, what if we watch The Apprentice? Wait, The Apprentice is low key funny. That's actually low key funny. It would be so insane because it would really drive home how crazy it is that he's a president now. It would drive it home. I'll think about it. I remember watching the first episode with my family in, like, what is it, 2004 or something? How old is that show? And it was like they split them into teams and they have to sell lemonade on Wall Street, lemonade stand. Reference. That could be funny. I won't rule it out. I won't rule it out. Vega, ever seen Star Trek? Yeah, Jar Jar Binks, Darth Maul. I love it. I love Star Trek. Oh, dude, Futurama's great. Barry, the thing is, I've already seen Barry all the way through, and I remember all of it. I really like Barry, especially the first two seasons. So rewatching Barry would be no good for me. Rick and Morty, listen, I'm not trying to be judgmental here. I just don't think my chat has the IQ level to comprehend it. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like with Rick and Morty, we're going to have to pause and explain the complex quantum physics going on, you know? And also, like, the dark humor, like, that the liberals won't get. It's not, I don't think we're ready. I don't think people are ready for Rick and Morty. Mad Men would be a great one, but it's just, here's the thing. Let's be real. The show has to be a little bit slop. It can't be too good because people don't consume it through Twitch. If you want to watch a good show, you have to focus. Do you understand? Nobody is like putting up chat to focus on. It has to be where you could kind of like, if you miss a second, you tune out, you got it on your monitor. It has to be sloppable. You keep describing Psych? No. I said it has to be partly slop. I said partly slop. I didn't say all slop. I didn't say oops, all slop crunch berries. I, 'cause, 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 '
Now on DVD.
Wow, what a fucking low quality. Let's see here.
Saturdays on Ion Television.
How do you earn a living?
I'm a psychic detective, sir.
I was asking a serious question.
Some say Sean Spencer is a phony.
That's not possible.
Is he really legit?
Yeah, of course. I'm here to see my client.
Just how good is he?
I'm filthy good. So good it's stupid.
His abilities? Perceptive.
Thank you. It's very flattering.
His methods?
Here. Ah! Oops.
Disturbing.
Agreed.
Now, what about a sidekick?
No.
Yes. No. Yes. I'm the psychic detective. He just has a magic 8-ball head.
That's baloney.
You're baloney.
This deviant duo is serious about success. Right?
No, really, no.
Get caught up in
I'm just not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. Okay. This is probably not top of the list. Actually, dude, let me tell you two shows that would be interesting. Number one is Firefly. Because exposing Zoomers to Firefly would be like a act of a saint. I would be canonized in the Catholic Church. I think the more people that gets access to Firefly, the better. I would be doing a good thing. But that's not slop at all. But it's old enough and small enough that you could get away with it. First time chatting on stream, kind of nervous. Sorry, I just have to call you out. Hey, everyone at DKK Hadka. And say hello and welcome them to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Here you are. Welcome to the stream. You know, usually we make a new chatter give us a topic, something to talk about, something to kick off the discussion. DKK Hadka, if you could just give us a topic, that would be awesome because then it would be contributing. Wait, I also want to save this guy. Tane. Hey, Atrioc, first time chatter here. I'm graduating from university in the UK soon and considering applying to work in the US and salaries are a lot higher there. My friend has already graduated from top university here, struggling to find white collar work. So I doubt I'll be able to either, but I'm unsure whether the pros of the high salary or the cost of moving my family. Well, I certainly can't make that choice for you, Tane. Welcome to the stream. That is an impossible task. You are asking me to decide whether you should value your work or your family. I don't even know your relationship with your family. You've showed up and given me an impossible task. What I can tell you is that, job searching for white collar work is not particularly easy in the United States either. So I don't know that you're going to find a perfect match regardless. That being said, I think, when you're young after graduating, if you want to do it, that's the best time to move away from your family. If you want to try something, you have no costs. You don't even have I assume, like serious relationship. You don't have kids. You have nothing tying you down. You can live relatively cheaply anywhere, and you can try things. It gets harder the older you get, So not crazy to do it. Like for example, Evan Gal's going to go move to Madrid. What did that guy say? What did DKKHD say? I forgot his name. Where did he go? Hey, thanks for the 36 months, Sir Octopus. I much appreciate it. Wait, I didn't want to let you off the hook here. I wanted to see what you had to say. What was your topic? I'm checking. He said, should I move to US for undergrad? I don't know you. This should be a permanent fucking thing. I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't know what you're even, what school, what program. What's your relationship with your family? How much money do you have? What did you get a scholarship? Did you not? I have no way of telling you the answer to that question. There's so many variables. Follow your heart. Follow your heart. My girlfriend's studying to be a teacher in America and is considering just moving to Australia when she gets her master's. Lamau, American teacher salaries are so bad, especially in Florida. Yeah, they are bad. For sure. Most, yeah, are Australian teacher salaries that good though? Australian teacher salary. Starting salary is 70 to 80K Australian dollars to USD. So that's 45 USD. Starting salary, Florida teacher. That's 48, bro. I think it's the same. If anything, the Florida one would be like a tiny bit higher. But things are more expensive. Yeah, I would see. It's tough to say. Yeah. I mean, I would say, like, if you are Australian and the salary is the same in the place you want to live, then why wouldn't you live there? I mean, I can understand not wanting to stay. Also, I mean, just the school system's not great. I don't know. I assume Australian teachers are dealing with the same problem as American, though. Somebody, I think Adish helped me edit this down. There was a teacher that had a cry for help. She's retiring. Where did Aiden send this to me? Adish, I mean. Here it is.
There is.
He made a cut down. Okay, how do I show this? Can you like full screen a YouTube short? Yeah, you can. Okay, good.
One issue I really, really, really want to talk about as an educator who is leaving. What I really want to talk about is how technology is ruining education. Point is, I thought I hated technology because kids were iPad kids growing up and they just have too much access to games and entertainment, and they don't want to use technology for education. They want to use it for entertainment. And to a degree that is true, but what I am learning is more than that, and that technology is directly contributing to the literacy decrease we are seeing in this country right now. A lot of these kids don't know how to read because they have had things read to them, or they can click a button and have something read out loud to them.
I mean, it's like a Gen Z teacher. The YouTube short was 10 minutes long, so we edited it down. She's a Gen Z teacher, is my understanding, maybe a young millennial. And she is teaching 10th grade, and she's quitting because she said she noticed the students becoming near impossible to teach.
Their attention spans are weaning because everything is high stimulation. They can just scroll, watch less than a minute. They can't sit still for very long. I know when I was their age, I thought movie days were a treat. I loved.
I think it's 10th grade. Yeah, high school. That's what I thought. From watching the original video, maybe she's younger. Maybe it's younger, but I think it's like, yeah. I think it's like 15, 16-year-olds. Yeah.
Movie days. For them, what they mean when they say they want a movie is they want a movie on in the background for the noise while they scroll on their phones, put their headphones in, look at TikTok, and maybe talk to their friends and not pay attention to anything. Whenever I do have a movie day, I can count on one hand the amount of students in all 3 classes that I teach throughout the day who maybe actually pay attention to the movie. If I ask a child to handwrite something, even just a paragraph, 5 sentences, basic paragraph, they roll their eyes, they throw tantrums, I'm talking about high schoolers. I teach 10th grade now.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. Yeah, 10th grader, dude. 10th graders you ask them to write one paragraph by hand and they're freaking out. I told you, 10th grader.
They get really, really unruly. And because I'm young too, they want to argue with me about it. And they want to say, why can't we just type?
That's how I feel. That's how I feel, by the way. It's because I'm young. You guys want to argue with me, even though I'm just trying to like help out, you know? It's like,
Type it. Why can't we just type it? Well, it's because you'll go on another website or you'll copy it or use AI. You'll use ChatGPT. And I just don't think these kids even care. They don't care about making a difference in the world. They don't care about how to have a resume. They don't care how to write a resume. They don't care how to write a cover letter because ChatGPT will just do it for them. And I think that we need to.
I mean, in that case, they're kind of right. I mean, it's hard to blame them when they can see that happening. It's not a good thing. Don't get me wrong. It's not a good thing, but they're not wrong. They're not wrong. About specifically like a resume and cover letter and things like that. Like, it's tough.
To cut off technology from these kids, probably until they go to college. I just want you to look at the test scores and the literacy rates and the statistics from when students didn't use technology to now. There is nothing wrong with using your budget on textbooks and workbooks and paper copies of things again. There is nothing wrong with starting that in elementary schools and carrying it through. It might be a 20-year plan, doesn't matter. We've got to start reintegrating this. We've got to start getting rid of the technology and bringing back the things that worked.
Yeah, I don't know that I agree with her conclusions, but I think she is experiencing a real problem. And we've talked about this a lot, but it's just, to me, it's fascinating. So I keep bringing it up because it's happening now, you know? It's happening right now that kids are becoming so different because of AI that it's just interesting, man. A1, yeah. And also, I didn't, that was kind of a shock to me that they were giving every 10th grader an iPad to do their lessons on. I mean, that's obviously a richer school, but like, I can't imagine that helps. I can't imagine that helps. I graduated in 2017. We had iPads. Did you feel like they were useful? Did you feel like man, I just feel like that would be just so fucking distraction maxing. I cannot imagine that would be helpful in engaging with the insanely expensive. I mean, obviously it's expensive, but if it's a rich school, they have the money. It's just more like, I was able to bring in my laptop for some classes and I played games on Steam the whole time. Caught. I guess you weren't caught. I guess you're only caught now as you admitted to us, but you weren't caught. Cool Math Games was so peak. I mean, yeah, listen, I didn't have a computer in every class. We had a stone tablet and an abacus. But sometimes we would draw tic-tac-toe in the dust. No, whenever I would do any class with a computer, like we played RuneScape. That was our thing, was RuneScape. And anytime I could play RuneScape in class, I would play RuneScape all the time. I was RuneScape addicted. So I'm not saying it's particularly new, but it does feel problematic. It does feel like there's a problem. Can you play devil's advocate and ask, did they perhaps not teach properly in this? Yeah, no, sure. But people think they're being the smart devil's advocate when they say that, and they're really just offering no solution. People are like, well, things have to adapt. And you're like, well, how do you adapt? And then they're like, oh, that's not my problem. That's not my, you know what I'm saying? We're seeing a huge sea change of the entire system, and it's breaking everything. And so people are trying to figure out what to do. And it's hard because, let me just give you an example. Something like an essay. People act like the point of writing the essay was to get a good essay at the end. It's not. The essay is like the toxic waste byproduct of the factory. The essay wasn't the point. The point was the process of making it. You having to sit there and think about it and write it is what made your brain neurons work in the ability to form a coherent argument. The essay is not the point. The fact that you can make a better essay with ChatGPT is not the point. But it's not like, you know what I'm saying? So, a tool that can do the essay for you, it's not like the same thing as a calculator, man. It's different. But the essay is what you're graded on? Yeah, exactly. You're getting to the heart of it. The heart of it is that the system sort of worked when you couldn't cheat on it, but now that you can, it doesn't. Just make students write it in person? Well, that's what this woman said, but also many people have said. When they try to do that, people freak out. People freak out. When they try to make you write it physically, people freak out. Parents freak out. And they make arguments that sound good on the face. Like, this is a tool that's going to be important. People need to be able to use it. I don't want to get judged based on my handwriting versus my ability to... Whatever, they'll all those reasons. And Bro, who is still spamming about TV shows? Please stop. Fucking 20 minutes ago. Would making kids do presentations work? Are we going to turn every kid into a McKinsey consultant? Every kid has to get up and make a fucking presentation, a PowerPoint about... That'd be hype. That'd be fucking based. Everyone's got to do a fucking short deck. But also, that does test a different thing. Like, so your ability to present is a different skill than your ability to, I don't know, form a coherent argument. I think it's a good skill to have. I'm proud of the ability to present. And I think it's helped me a lot in, when I had an office job. But I don't think it's like listen, a good presenter could make a bad argument sound good. And vice versa, yeah. Just teach classes in Minecraft. There you go. Problem solved. You're welcome. And then guy 2 seconds later said, creeper, aw man. Maybe there's something there. Maybe there's something there. I do think, all right, I'm trying to salvage your stupid point, right? I'm trying to salvage your stupid point, which is that I think there's kids who have self-taught themselves really important concepts in Minecraft with things like redstone and stuff, just because they were interested. I think if you find a way to gamify it a bit or find a way to make it there's something there. I think there's something there. It's not the craziest idea I've ever heard. But also, some things just can't be that gamified. Like, I don't know. I'm like against the idea that every single thing about learning has to be fun the whole time. It's just not gonna be. That's not what real life's like. Like sometimes, unless you have an amazing teacher, it can't be. No, listen, it's just in general. Like, I'm just going to give you an example. As I'm fucking learning basketball, some parts of it just suck. Some parts of it that I have to do, there's just no way to make it fun. You know what I'm saying? You just have to do it. Like, if I'm practicing, like, yeah, but everything is practicing. You have to practice some things. Like, you know, there's a lot of evidence that shows that, like, some parts of rote memorization, like memorizing times tables, it's just rote memorization, but it helps. It builds the foundational structure for quick thinking that helps everything else. There's just parts of it that are just practice. Some of it are just, the school I work for has like these fake spaceship shims they use to gamify education principles. It's kind of wild conceptually, but it does work with the gamifying principles. That's cool. I don't understand what you mean by fake spaceship shims, but that's cool. Yeah, and this person says, it means essays aren't a useful thing to teach. It's like wanting to teach kids how to use an abacus. And I think that is where I start to really push back. You know, I start to really shy away. It's not that your essays are useful or valuable or anything. It's that if you can't write one, then I don't think I think you'd have a tough time forming a coherent, logical thought process. You know, the ability to put your thoughts together in an argument that makes sense. That's what I think. I think that's the skill that's getting hurt. I think it's I hate to say critical thinking, but it's something like that. It's like, it's the idea of, it's not that, yeah, it's not like you'll ever need to really write a lot of essays. It's more of like the ability to write one is important. Or it's the best way of training your brain to do that. There could be other ways. I'm not saying end all be all. If anything, listen, I want to say, like, my overall thesis for not just education, but for geopolitics, America, the economy, the world, is that we are in a period of once in a generation change. We're in a period of like 100-year change. Like 1 in 4. How do I say this? The kind of thing that only 1 in 4 generations goes through. Okay? 75% of people will never experience the kind of years that we're going to experience in the next 10, 20 years. It's massive, massive global sea change. And so I'm not saying, hey, the solution is to do what we were doing before, but make it stricter. I'm not. I'm just saying people that are not recognizing the problem are naive. Like the way it's happening now with ChatGPT is teaching nothing. Like the kids are learning nothing. Zero. Nothing. So that's the problem. Prompt engineer, I just don't think that's going to be a job. History has proven that the cream rises to the top. What does that mean in this context at all? What does that mean? Explain yourself. Write up me a short essay. What does that mean in this context? What if we made kids do video essays and then grade them based on the number of views they got? YouTuber class? Wait a minute, YouTuber class? Holy YouTuber class. Everyone has to make a video essay. That's kind of genius. Wasn't that a thing on Shark Tank? No, that was a class on how to be a YouTuber. Oh, Pitts thing. I'm thinking more like, well, like what you're thinking is, okay, what if it's a closed loop? So instead of YouTube, it's like Jefferson High School video website or whatever. And it's like, you have to submit to that. Everyone in your class has to upload a video about the Peloponnesian War or something. And then whichever one gets the most view, like no one's going to watch any of them. No one's going to watch any of them. Okay, wait. Everyone in class has to upload a video on the Peloponnesian War, okay? And then there's an in-person test on the Peloponnesian War. And you have to watch these videos to study. So everyone learns about it to make their video. And the best videos get the most views because they're the best study guide. Is there something there? I mean, okay, what if you get extra credit for views? I didn't think, okay, here's what I think. It's not really the views part. It's that kids might be excited to make a video on something. And if by making it, they might learn more than if they were just sitting in front of a lecture. Can't ChatGPT make videos? I mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't think so. What if we just hand them a packet? They're going to bully the low view kids. We've done video. We've done video presentations in school, but usually it's too much work, so everybody hates it. Well, at some point, yeah, okay. Classroom cast system based on view count. Good. Yeah, this is good. Let's get into a YouTubeocracy. I'm currently doing a video presentation and it sucks. Okay, based. Yeah, okay. It's a tough challenge. Really thinking it through, it's a tough challenge. YouTuber can't believe not everyone enjoys making videos. I mean, I don't particularly enjoy making videos. I enjoy talking, and then editors make the videos. Facts have the school employ editors so students only have to do the fun parts. Screaming at your school assigned editor to add more pop. to make it more Mr. Beast-like on your fucking World War I presentation? More Vine booms? Atrioc, first-time chatter here. You're not a first-time chatter. You have 999 plus messages. Why is there a teddy bear behind you? Is it a symbol of Teddy Roosevelt? That is a coffee cow. It's not a teddy bear. But it is a symbol of Teddy Roosevelt, who loved coffee. So you were correct in spirit. Why does more often in-person quizzes not work? I feel like that would enforce the students to actually learn. Maybe. People say that. I feel like the students just cheat or fail. I feel like they don't. Rote memorization isn't critical thinking. This is true, but it's people undercount the importance of some memorization as a floor for all knowledge. You have to do that stuff. It's like people that talk about you should just get rid of all the tech skill in Smash Bros or StarCraft or anything, because I just want to do the critical thinking part. But or like get rid of dribbling from basketball because everyone wants to do it right. So you just focus on the strategy of it. That's fine. You can't. It's not like learning is. It's the fundamentals that gets your brain in the right spot. I feel like tests and essays go back to in-person, but everything generally goes more project-based. Like you have to create something. It doesn't matter if it's use more A or not. It just matters if it's making something good. Okay, that's interesting. I guess that's interesting. It's just, how do you measure that? I don't know. Why the fuck are we allowing AI? Oh, bro. No, great point. They forgot to just hit the ban AI button. All the English teachers in America at the same time forgot to hit the ban AI button. Fucking idiots. Those dumbasses. Why didn't they just... Let's just... You know what we should do is ban crime. Why the fuck is murder not illegal? What if we make the kids promise not to use AI at the start of the school year? Dude, it's funny. So again, I was reading some of the comments on that TikTok today, and some other teachers were talking. And some teachers are like saying, this happens over and over, is they'll have some sort of writing assignment. Kids will cheat. He will know they cheated because it's obvious they don't write like this. He'll call them out. He'll be like, hey, you used AI, didn't you? They'll say, yeah. They'll admit it. He'll go, hey, I understand. Don't do it again. They'll go, okay. And then the next time, they'll do it again. It's like, it's just, and it happens over and over again because, so, did I have a bring back caning? Okay, you want them to start beating the kids? The kids who are bad at cheating? The kids who are good at cheating still get by, but the kids who are bad get beaten with canes. I'm not sure that's the single greatest idea I've ever heard. Oh, here we go. This is good. This is good. Look. Earlier this semester, an NYU professor told me how he had AI proofed his assignments. I don't know how he did it, but somehow made it so the questions aren't answerable by AI. I don't know. Only to have then the students complain the work was too hard. When he told them these were standard assignments, just worded so current AI would fail to answer them, they said he was interfering with their learning styles. A student asked for an extension on the grounds that ChatGPT was down the day the assignment was due. Another said about work on a problem set, "You're asking me to go from point A to point B. Why wouldn't I use a car to get there?" Talking about ChatGPT, which again, from a student POV makes sense. I remember when like someone would ask me to write about something and I would go to Wikipedia to learn about it. And the teacher would be like, "You can't use Wikipedia." And I'd be like, come on. Come on, fucking fogey. Like, come on. That's where the knowledge is. I'm not stupid. But, it feels so different to me. I understand their POV. I can get it. I can be in that position. But it feels different because I feel like you just don't. I think your brain becomes real smooth. I think your brain becomes real smooth. Another, when asked about their largely AI written work, replied, "Everyone is doing it." These are stories from a 15-minute conversation with a single professor. Yeah, I mean, that article we read before was just one aspect of it. Every college professor in the world who's paying any serious attention at all to AI is struggling with this issue. Every single one. And then this guy had something good about the kid side of it. We're also hearing a growing sense of sadness from our students about AI use. One of my colleagues reports students being deeply conflicted about AI use, originally adopting it as an aid to studying, but persisting with a mix of justification and unease. "I've become lazier. AI makes reading easier, but it slowly causes my brain to lose the ability to think critically or understand every word. I feel like I rely too much on AI and it's taking creativity away from me. Sometimes I don't even understand what the text is trying to tell me. Sometimes it's too much text in a short period of time, and sometimes I'm just not interested in the text." It's true. Yeah, it's helpful, but I'm scared that someday we'll prefer to only read AI summaries rather than our own, and we'll become very dependent on AI. Yeah, I think that's so real. That's so real. My friend asked AI who to vote for in the Canadian election. Wait, just isn't that a crazy power? Isn't that a crazy power? Like in 5 years, imagine if ChatGPT picks an answer, picks who's the winner, and like fucking a third of the country's using that as their barometer. Then that's it. That's the winner. It does feel a bit idiocracy-esque. But, it's just so funny because it's funny because I legitimately think AI is one of the greatest learning tools ever invented. So it's funny that the greatest learning tool ever invented is like destroying education. I just think that's so interesting. I think it's so interesting. It's like people are not learning, but it's so good for learning. It's very ironic. You've been talking to Doug too much? No. I haven't been talking to Doug too much. I've used it, dude. I'm I'm a lifelong learner. I've always been a reader and always been trying to learn. I learned way more after graduation than I ever learned in school because it's things you're interested in. And AI can help so much to learn. It can like instantly on the fly, but like you have to want to. Like if I want to learn something, I can have AI make me a quiz right now. Then I can do the quiz. Then I can have it grade my quiz, give me answers, give me follow-up reading. I can type a series of thoughts and say, who's a, I did this recently. I wrote out a bunch of thoughts I had on economics. And I was like, who are some great thinkers who have deeper thoughts along this line? And it would put it in. And then I found I started reading more of fucking Friedrich Hayek and stuff. I was like, it's helpful, but you have to want it. You have to want it. And it doesn't make it easy to want it because it does it for you. So I don't know. It's just interesting. I use ChatGPT to summarize entire books. Wait, what? How do you even put entire books in there? Oh, you just have a PDF, but of like a fucking big book? Doesn't it have a word limit or a token limit? I feel like it makes it up. I think it makes it up. Because I tried that. I put a long PDF in one time, and I was like, give me 10 takeaways or whatever. And through the grace of God, I ended up reading the entire PDF, and like it was making it up. Like after the first 2 pages or whatever, it was like not correct. It was just filling in it was totally incorrect. And so, I don't think I haven't found it to be very good at very long context things, except for things that are already in its training data, which is like Wikipedia and stuff. If it's something that's on Wikipedia, ChatGPT is incredible. It's just like really good. But if it's something that's not, it's weaker. It says everything with confidence, even the stuff it makes up, which is frustrating. Oh yeah, for sure. It's one of the biggest weaknesses of it. Or it, I mean, I've had it make up direct quotes recently made up direct quotes, like in quotation marks. And then I ask, did they really say that? And it goes, no, no, it didn't. It's like, apologies. Apologies. I thought, it's kind of what they would have said. It's a type of thing they would have said, but that's not actually a real quote. And I'm like, well, you can't do that. You can't do that. And it's like, you're right, sir. You're right, my king. You're right, my liege. I would never do that again. And then he does it again. I've asked it for quotes for an essay and it has made them up so completely, so frustrating. Yeah, it makes a lot of shit up, which is... There's a lot of cool applications for AI in education. I don't think LLMs are necessarily the fix. I built an educational platform for a hackathon like 7 years ago that used AI to adaptive learning, and I strongly believe works. Yeah. Listen, I really do. I guess, honestly, I'm a bit of because I've seen some of the potential of it, I'm more optimistic, but only for years down the road when like good ideas get figured out. And I'm deeply pessimistic for like this whole next generation of kids. Like, I feel like they're just getting the absolute fucking, dog shit into the stick on this one. They're getting the trial run. They're getting the, we haven't tested this drug yet, but they just feel extra cooked al dente. Maybe it's our turn to say, fuck you, got mine. How old are you? How old are you to turn into a boomer? That's fucking wild. Dude, I gotta say this. This is something I've noticed and I need to call out. Okay? It took boomers until they were pretty old to start shitting on millennials. Millennials are now like in their 30s, 40s, and are, probably shitting on Gen Z a fair amount. Gen Z are shitting on Gen Alpha so young. And I've heard there's Gen Alpha kids talking about people about their like unborn Gen Betas as being too brain rotted. Like the generational warfare is getting so fucking... It's getting so fucking, people are not waiting that long to punch down. People are punching down, dude. My Gen Alpha brothers like lol their betas. Really? Yeah, but that's what I heard. I was reading a good thread on it. It was like, hasn't kids these days been a thing forever? Yes, that's 100% true. I want to reiterate that you can go back to fucking Socrates saying that like the written word is going to make people lazy. Okay? For sure. 100%. But what you have to understand is that test scores are measurably dropping. Test scores are measurably dropping. Not U.S. problem, globally. People are getting dumber in some ways. And also, like, can we just be real? Like, it doesn't take a fucking 10-year longitudinal study to tell you that, like, hey, everything being easier and on demand is making people less patient and able to do it themselves. Like, that's obvious. That's an obvious conclusion. It's not a fucking... like, I feel like anyone who has used a measurable amount of TikTok or short form video knows in their heart of hearts that it kind of rots your brain. Like, it's not, we don't need a fucking, it kind of rots your brain. It does. It makes it, specifically what it does, this is what it does. I've felt it. I felt the pull of it, is that it makes you, at any moment of boredom, want to eject. It makes you want to go to the next thing. It makes your brain incapable of sticking it through the fucking, and it's not just kids, adults, it's the same thing. It's everyone's getting hit by this, but it's, what is this? I have a friend who works with 6th graders for developmental psychology, and she said the kids are regurgitating insane ideologies and remarks they see every day online and are way more socially isolated and awkward. You still want more chatter? Wait, they're like Ludwig fans or something? What do you mean? Hey, Big A, as a Canadian who went through the process of writing the SAT to apply for college, I think the AI is just exposing a fundamentally unfair system. It's showing that testing doesn't promote learning. In the last few years of high school, we shifted to far more projects, and I personally learned way more from a paper I wrote than a test I crammed for. I've heard this argument, and I believe you, but what's tough about it is for all this to work at scale, there has to be some way of measuring that you actually learned anything. You know, there has to be a way of measuring that you learned. Otherwise, there's no evidence at all that you learned anything. There's no. You can't have a vibes-based measurement is kind of tough. You should find someone with an educational PhD to say what they think of LLMs. Who do you think this professor that we're quoting? Kicking off all the discussion is that educational PhDs and professors and tenure professors are saying it's a massive problem. They're saying that every single professor who's paying any attention in the college space is being hit with it. This tweet feels relevant. What's this? This guy gave a speech at a high school entirely in Gen Alpha slang. How is this relevant?
Good morning, everyone. It's a true honor to be here at Westtown High School for Languages Week. Your school invited me to give a guest lecture about the importance of learning languages, but it occurred to me that all of you are already, in some sense, multilingual, whether you realize it or not. And that's because you speak the Gen Alpha dialect of English, a language so distinct that I, an aging 34-year-old millennial, genuinely cannot...
Oh no, we're the same age. Oh no, this is just my stream.
understand it. Or at least couldn't understand it before I spent weeks immersed in TikTok videos studying your dialect to partial fluency. And because nothing drives home the importance of learning languages better than hearing someone else try to speak your own, I'm going to try to deliver the rest of this speech in your very own native tongue, Gen Alpha. But wait.
Are they clapping? They love that shit?
Of course, to facilitate the comprehension of my fellow elders on YouTube watching this as a video, I'll also be including subtitles in standard English. So, without further ado, it's low-key a huge W to be vibing here at Westtown High School for Languages Week. But chat.
W's!
Bro came prepared. Now, I know it's giving to Lulu for this chuggy boomer to speak in such skibbity brain rot. But if you'll bear with me, I'll put the fries in the bag in just a second. I do actually have a message here, type shit.
You said type shit?
As I was saying, No cap, I was dead-ass pressed about understanding this language. But I had to absorb the drip so I wouldn't get aired by your generation. High key, people think Gen Alpha slang is just memes and brain rot, but on God, it's giving linguistic glow-up core happening IRL. Every time you drop a yacht or it's giving, you're legit patching the English language DLC with fresh updates, literally shifting the English meta. Language evolves because you're constantly cooking new ways to pass the vibe check. And honestly, your memes today finna hit as the textbook vocab of tomorrow. Bet. And this is exactly why learning languages hits different. Just like how your casual pookie talk could soon be the dictionary definition, picking up another language gives you front row seats to how people around the world give the deets. It's like unlocking infinite drip, allowing you to catch dubs across
He's overusing
cultures,
drip.
connect deeper with the squad, and stand new perspectives that would otherwise leave you ghosted. Languages aren't just sus grammar rules, fam. They're the ultimate riz for becoming a real one everywhere you pull up. It's the Giga Chad energy for me. So, knowing languages
He's
isn't
partially fluent,
mid,
yeah, I guess.
But it's not just a flex either. It's an infinite money glitch that slaps.
This is pretty good. The kids are into it too, so I respect it. It is funny though. It does sound like a Wendy's commercial or something. It's the tone that he's saying it. It sounds like a fucking commercial for them, like trying
People
to.
finna get pressed saying languages are chopped or too hard. Don't listen, bestie. They're just salty because their language game is dog water.
True.
Being multilingual is OD, letting you stand cultures, vibe with international fam, and utterly mog your career. No cap, speaking another language lets you go off, turning you into an absolute conversational Rizzlord.
Amen.
So yeah, chat, that's the sauce. Keep cooking, stay goated, never be mid, and FR, study hard and go rizz up that knowledge.
Bravo! Bravo! Look at that. Healing the generational divide. He didn't use dead ass. I thought he wasn't going to curse, but he said type shit, so. While this... Oh. This is what Gutenberg was doing when he translated the Bible. Dude! Wait! Can ChatGPT do that? Wait. ChatGPT. Can you give me some iconic Bible verses, but in Gen Alpha slang? Okay. Instead of the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, is God's my day one. I got that divine drip, no L's, just blessings for real. Powered by Christ energy, W mindset only. I'm not built diff, I'm built holy. That's a bar too. That's actually a bar. Wait, for real? Wait. OG Big G spawned the whole map. Zero lag, full creative mode. Wait, look. That's kind of hype. Wait, that's kind of bars. W Peacemakers got that holy clout. They're literally God's squad, no beef allowed. No overthinking, just full send your trust to God. He's got the GPS. True. True. No IRL PvP, bro. That's a straight TOS violation. That's you shall not murder. No more sad vibes. God's dropping a patch update. No pain, no death, just eternal W's. Yeah, it's great. This is fucking, I mean, this is how we expand our minds. What is Ohio Core? Christian Minecraft Server Edition? What does that mean? Yeah, do Christian Minecraft Server Edition. What does that mean? Oh, it's just all Minecraft. The Lord is my party leader. I got max saturation, full armor, and 0 hostile mobs near my base. I can solo the Ender Dragon with no armor as long as Christ has my buffs on cooldown. Dude, I cannot fucking wait till that becomes our national religion. Wouldn't the buffs... Why would the buffs be on cooldown? ChatGPT's ditching the M dashes? Dude, it's fucked because I write with M dashes and now I don't want to because it sounds like it's ChatGPT, dude. It's fucked. It's fucked. Oh, dude, another thing I was reading. Dude, I was reading all these you know, I was just interesting. I was reading like teachers' reactions and stuff to all these articles. And they were saying things like, I wish I had the exact quote, but it's like a 6th grade teacher was like saying some of the new slang that is popping up is like 6th graders will regularly accuse each other of that sounds like ChatGPT. Like when they're talking to each other, they will say that sounds like ChatGPT. Like if there are like young high schoolers, or like if you text somebody, they'll isn't that's wild. And they're not using Google nearly as much. I mean, it's interesting for Google. I wonder. I know Google has like they're doing really well on the AI benchmarks, but in terms of adoption, they're clearly way down. And it does feel like there's like this real sea change happening of people not using Google as much. What's on? Let me just see what the top of the week is on our teachers. Maybe I can find it. I wasn't reading teachers. I think I was reading our professors actually. But I do think the one thing you'll see over and over again on our teachers and our professors is an example where they ask the kid or the student to write something. The student turns in ChatGPT. The professor or the teacher asks them to just explain what they wrote, and they always crack. They always crack, dude. They don't even fake it. Just ask them to literally explain. That's so funny. Because, by the way, if they could explain what they wrote, then that would be different. Because then it's like, okay, maybe the ChatGPT helps with actually putting it into words, but you know it. It happened in my stats class for the final project. Wait, what do you mean? Tell us. Publicly? What do you mean publicly? He's not writing. They responded? Oh, wait, where? Professor Sussex it out? Oh. A 40-year-old teacher getting her undergrad used ChatGPT for the entire project. Entire class had to watch the presentation. Professor sussed it out. Oh, my God. So the professor called the person out in front of everyone? Oh, no. No, that's so embarrassing. That's so embarrassing. We need shame back in society. It's funny that everyone, like, it's embarrassing, but probably all the class was also using it, or a majority of the class. They just got caught. Prof said, chat, is this sus or nah? It's like, I'm editing my med school personal statement, and my school advisor told me to remove the M dashes because it looks like ChatGPT. I didn't use AI at all. Dude, that's fucked, isn't it? Your actual writing has to be edited because it looks too much like you cheated. That's fucked. Like, ChatGPT has actually just ruined M dashes. They've just ruined it. You can tell, though, man. I can tell even in fucking YouTube comments. I can tell. I can read. I've used enough ChatGPT now that I can tell every time. There's so many little giveaways. The biggest one, though, is where it goes like, that's not just X, that's Y. It doesn't matter what X and Y is. That's not just something. That's something. That's the classic fucking ChatGPT line. If I ever see that, you know. Yeah, that's not just lit, it's revolutionary. Yeah, that's not just revolutionary, that's game changing. That's not just skibbity, that's toilet. People are using AI to write YouTube comments? Yes. But what's crazy is the people using AI to write YouTube comments, some of them are bots, don't get me wrong. But I feel like they're more just humans. You can tell it's a human that wanted it to write it for them. It's not there's no gain from a bot. It's they're prompting their comment to get there. That shit's wild to me. That's why I just feel that's why I'm so interested in this, to be honest. I talk about this all the time now because it's like, I feel like we're living through it. We're living through everything changing. And this is just one front. Everything's changing all over, but like in this, it's so concrete and so real. It's just, it's wild to me. It's wild. It's wacky. I feel, somewhat bad. In some ways you get to cheat easier and you're going to get less stress, I guess. But I feel somewhat bad for kids in school right now. It feels, what a fucking prisoner's dilemma. Every generation feels like they're living through the craziest time. No, I disagree with you. Wholeheartedly. But I'm fourth turning pilled, so you can disagree with me. Boomers have lived on easy mode since they were 25. Yeah, listen, boomers truly had the wind in their sails. Can we just be real? The boomer generation truly had an unbroken boulevard of green lights compared to all of human history, especially boomer Americans. Not saying things didn't happen in their lives, but they could have done anything, invested in anything, and it has this unbroken string of positivity their whole life. Bro, they had no water or toilets in their house. What are you on? You have no idea what you're talking about. The boomers are not as far back as you think, bro. Your generational theory is not. You're thinking maybe like the oldest of the silent gen, maybe. Or not US, but I'm talking about. Silent Gen is also barely hanging on. Just old enough to be president. I fuck with the Silent Gen. Yeah, me too, I guess. Bro, boomers are painting in canes and inventing fire and shit. True, dude. If it's before the 2000s, it's all fucking Stone Age, dude. It's all fucking cave paintings, and if it's before the Nintendo Wii, I don't give a fucking shit, dude. It's fucking rocks. At my school, all technology is banned. We have to write in-class essays, and almost all our finals are done in one-on-one conversations with our teachers. This is a rich fucking school. Sounds like that works, but it sounds hard to duplicate. It sounds hard. It sounds like you have a lot of teachers, but that is cool. You think it works? Wyatt, you think that works? Dude, the only thing is, I fucking will say this. Handwriting fucking sucks. Like, if someone made me write an essay right now about something, I'd actually be kind of interested. Like, I could do it. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I have prompted myself to learn things in ChatGPT that ask me to write an essay, and then I ask it to like judge it. But handwriting fucking sucks. It's so slow and painful and hurts my hand. You get cramps. I hate it. I don't like it at all. So it feels dated. I mean, for some reason, I feel like my ideas flow better when writing on paper than typing. I'm totally the opposite. Totally the opposite. But I understand they have to do it to stop cheating, I guess. It's a pain in the ass. I had to handwrite a full 12-page lab report, and that shit was painful. Yeah, I can't. Writing more than a page or two is like cramp city. Just thinking about it is cramping my hand. Typewriters. Honestly, typewriters. Typewriters. Let's do that, dude. A PC with no internet could also work, right? If it was a completely disconnected PC, I mean, people can always cheat. They'll use their phone, but a USB with DeepSeek on it? That's fucking crazy. If you're sneaking in a DeepSeek USB to plug into the fucking... That's crazy. That shit would fry a laptop, though. I mean, you could also have it detect that, maybe, right? I don't know. Look for the laptop that's red hot and smoking. Anyway, listen, we talked about this for a while. I thought it was interesting. I do want to watch. Well, first I want to watch this 1 minute long video from Man Carrying Thing.
Hey, what are you doing?
The evolution of calling things slop.
Hey, what are you doing?
Just consuming images and sounds delivered via algorithm. I literally can't look away.
You need to wake up and realize you're consuming slop.
Slop?
Slop, like oink oink, what piggies eat.
What else is slop?
10-minute video essays talking about YouTuber drama.
Are movies slop?
Could be, sure.
Marvel is slop.
Let's not go crazy, all right? Slop doesn't mean thing I don't like.
Okay.
Slop is something that's low effort to make, not nutritious, and consumed by the masses.
So Marvel is slop.
I shouldn't have even mentioned this.
Sorry, I like using words.
Sure.
I will not resort to hyperbole within the next few years, as indicated by a title change.
Okay.
HBO can't stop producing slop.
I went to the Met and all the art was slop.
Wait, you're calling everything slop too?
I too am influenced by the power of fun, trendy words.
Podcasts are slop.
All of them.
Also movies directed by British auteur Mike Leigh.
What are you reading?
William Faulkner's Intruder in the Dust.
Faulkner slop?
Yeah, it's one of his lesser works, so therefore slop.
I'm starting to wonder if categorizing all media and art as content has made us devalue it, and if calling everything slop is the natural progression of a world that doesn't value art.
That sounded like AI slop.
Says the character in the Man Carrying Slop video.
Hey,
Fucking true. It's a $50 fine for using any tech at school, so rich kids can fucking use ChatGPT openly. Rich kids can fucking pull out the fucking laptop and cheat in public. Make it rain. And then I wanted to watch the RDC World Lakers video. I saved this for myself. Now that the Lakers have lost, I wanted to watch this 5-minute video from RDC World. I was saving it to watch with you guys. Damn. He got the beard for Harden.
You going to the club?
Yeah.
After dropping 7 points?
Mm-hmm.
In game 7?
Yeah. You trying to come?
Nah.
Oh.
Okay.
Why? Y'all ever just ask yourself, why? Huh, Kuzma? Like, why am I still on an NBA team when I haven't hooped in years? Or no, I got you. Why did I come out in game 1 and drop 0 points in 22 minutes? Actually, I want to do an exercise. Everybody name one thing you can do in 22 minutes. I'll go first. Catch a flight. Gary, you go next. Oh, you ain't got nothing, Gary? All right, then I guess I'll go again. Watch a TV show, no commercials. What about you, Kuzma? What you gonna do in 22 minutes? Come on now. Call some things off your list. Scoring, assists, rebounds. Well, that's all gone. So what you gonna do in 22 minutes? But that's okay, y'all. I'm not even here to point fingers. So, Darvin, you got anything you want to say?
I got those flights to Cancun. They're already booked and everything. I hit up JJ too because they down 3-1.
Thanks, Darvin.
Yep.
Giannis, let me talk to you.
He's out of here.
Giannis. Hold on. Hey, just tell me one thing. Are you loyal? Are you loyal, Giannis?
He's gone, bro.
Giannis, please, listen. All I'm asking for, give me a break. Give me a goddamn break. Please, Giannis. Just answer me.
Giannis to the Lakers. Make it happen. Make it happen. NBA.
Giannis, come on. Tari's daddy out there.
How we both end up 4-1?
I don't know. And we got Luka.
That's what I'm saying. Did you do everything I told you?
Exactly how you said.
Oh, Bron. What you? I didn't know you was gonna be here.
In my locker room, Darvin,
Oh yeah, that's true. I just didn't know.
I'm just getting my stuff, Darvin.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see what he's doing.
What's that?
He trying to act like he calm, but he really want to blow up on somebody.
Hey, what are y'all talking about? I'm just asking, what are y'all talking about, Darvin?
Oh yeah, just coach talk.
We'll talk about it later. Just remember to get that flight to Mexico.
Yeah.
6 o'clock in the
6
morning.
o'clock.
Me, you, and Doc.
Got you.
All right.
See you, coach.
Thank you, Doc. What's up, LeBron? No worries, we'll get them next year.
How you doing, Luka? Yeah, LeBron. It's my first year.
Oh, you want some?
Dude, it's just so funny. Luka Fat is the funniest fucking. By the way, he hooped, dude. He was not the problem. Luka was not the problem, but it's so funny to call him fat. It's so funny. Yeah, burger dodge it.
You want some? Your loss.
Like I was saying, yeah. This is my first year. This is Luka's, he was only here for half a year.
The first year. Yeah.
I think next year we can really make it forward in the playoffs. He's like, he's doing a lot this year.
Luka, I can't hear him.
Oh, my apologies. I shall finish these later.
Yeah, I was saying, my first year, Luka's first year. I know you don't have a lot of time left. We all know this. Everyone knows. But I think next year.
You talking about problems? That's the fucking problem right there. Jackson Hayes sucked ass. Jackson Hayes was fucking terrible, and he's a fucking wife beater. So how about that? He is fucking terrible. Horrendous. Fuck Jackson Hayes. Get him off the fucking team, dude. He didn't play last 2 games? Yeah, because he was so fucking bad game 1 and 2. Every minute they gave him, he was fucking choking out there. He had a decent regular season because Luka made him look good. He's terrible, dude. Just dumb fucking player. Always in foul trouble. Lights too bright. Just fucking. He was the player Stans kept booing, yeah. For a good reason. But now I'm joining in the chorus of boos because he's also bad. No, just get him off the team. Well, he was the only person that was even close to a center. So what are they fucking going to do?
But I think next year could be the year we go all the way. Everybody just, learned a lot this year. We can really go all the way, get you another ring.
Yeah.
I really
My
believe that.
shots were just not falling. None of the games.
So Austin.
Like Rudy Gobert.
Austin Reeves, another problem.
He's really taking advantage of you, Bron. Damn. Hey, but next year, I got us. I feel it.
I tried to help you too, Bron. You, Bronny, and Luka, and the ratings would have been through the roof. don't just play correct.
Yeah.
Y'all really just got hooped on. Now they calling Ant the legend killer.
Well, that is just not true.
Yeah, but he beat y'all.
Goodbye, Bron.
But you played a little less time. 20 minutes. No, don't shake your head, nigga.
That's funny.
It shouldn't. You know, he's a
Funny stuff. Braun back to the Cavs, baby, make it happen? No. Yeah, the NBA draft, bro. My God. Rigged, dude. Fucking false flag operation. False flag. Okay, what about this video about airlines betting big on first class flights? How about that? How a billionaire speed ran worlds? No, this is not today, at least. It's a 20-minute video about League of Legends.
This cabin
I want to watch this video about the future of airlines.
at least $11,000. This cabin.
My experience going in is I've only done first class twice in my life. Once, I got it for insanely cheap, like $400 for a couple $1,000 cost for the New Zealand flight, where I made fun of Aiden the whole time. Amazing. I got that for $400. It was the best deal in my life. And the second time was when I bought it for one way. I don't know where I was going. I was flying solo to meet someone somewhere, and I bought it for one way, and it was just me. And well, again, I don't know if it was first. It was like probably the here. No, it was first. It had a thing. What airline? No, it wasn't that fancy. Again, I know I've never spent more than, I think the first cost me, the one time I bought it, I mean, it was expensive. I'm not gonna say it wasn't cheap, but it was like $1,200 probably. So I never bought like anything. That was the one time. And then the other time was $400. When people just fly private, and I haven't outside of that. And what I will say is, for the one time I bought it, I've paid full for it. I did not think it was worth it. That was my experience. That it was nice, but I didn't think it was worth it. And I sleep on flights, and I can sleep pretty fine in a normal seat. So I didn't feel like, but I've never tried like the ones you see in YouTube videos where it's ultra luxury. I wish there was a way you could pay a little bit more for a cot. Like, I wish they had seats that were like bunk beds. Because all I want to do on a flight is sleep. I don't want to watch TV. I don't want to do anything else. I want to sleep. I want like a train sleeper car. That's what I want. I want a bed. Yeah, first class. But the thing with first class, right? They give you a bed, you can sleep 100%. That's what I had when I paid that $1,200, and it was like nice, and I could sleep, and that part was cool. But they also had a bunch of extra shit I didn't want to use. You know, there was like this big fucking screen, and there was like this side area, and there was like they brought me shit, and they brought me like this champagne tray and a little hors d'oeuvre thing, but I don't want any of that. I wish I could pay none of that and just get a flat bunk bed and sleep.
So that part took about 3.
Reclining is fine, but water bottles in the seat pocket is terrorism. What does that mean? Water bottles in the seat pocket is terrorism. You mean like the little, the net on the back of the seat? They open that and put a water bottle in it? And that bothers you? You can feel that through the thing? Oh, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. But it's really only for like a certain type of seat, and only if it's like a rigid body water bottle and it's like put in such a way to where you can feel the angle through the... It's Princess and the Pea energy, I'll be honest with you. That's correct. But yeah, I think there's something to that. Oh, you know what? I fucking... you know what fucking is annoying? Okay. All right. So let's say my ass is reclining, because I am not going to not recline. Let's say I'm reclining and it's not mealtime, but they put their tray down and then lay their head on it like this. Nah, you're fucking me up. Nah, you're fucking me up, because it like shakes the fucking thing. It jostles me while I'm trying to snooze. And it sags the whole chair. It's the counter tech. It's the counter tech, dude. I hate that. I hate when people do that. Loki, that makes me want to unrecline. So I guess if someone's reclining and you're pissed off at it, do that strategy and you can fucking you can do the counter. Because they'll probably want to unrecline. It's definitely the nuclear option, though, because now I'm pissed at you. Now it's on site. As a tall guy, I purposefully stick my knee out as far as possible to prevent them reclining. First of all, if you think that's stopping my ass, I am pressing the button full press and the back is going, you are not stopping me from getting my full, whatever, 3.5, 4.5 inches they give me, all right? I'll snap the knee. Your knee will break before my will does. What are the other fucking, we're all sardines. We're all sardines fighting for inches. One thing I'll do too, I took a lot of, it is crazy that Twitch made me fly so much, but did not give me any amenities or, it was no fucking, I had to buy the cheapest fucking flight every time. Actually, they booked it for you. I couldn't even book a flight and reimburse it. They would book the flight for you, and they would always book the cheapest fucking flight. And so I took a lot of flights, a lot of cheap flights. And there's many, many tricks. One of the best ones is on flights where you don't have an assigned seat, is you just, and this is kind of, I'm not saying I'm proud of it, but you do what you got to do when you're flying this much. Is you take your backpack and your laptop and shit, and you put it in the seats next to you. You make it seem like there's already people there. You sort of fill that shit up. And that way, people will not break social code to take those seats until everything else is filled up. Not sure. You're not supposed to do that. No. But I've definitely done that. I don't say I put my laptop out, but I've definitely I'm in the window seat. I'll put my backpack in the aisle seat. And that way it's you want to take the middle? You want to take the middle? And all right, you're saying YTA, but guess what? Often, very fucking often, because the flight wasn't fully sold, I get a full 3 and I snooze. I lay down and I'm snoozing and I sleep fucking great. And then I go to my fucking, whatever I have to go to, PAX East, and I'm working the weekend I'm not getting paid for. I used to do this on the bus. It's a goated bus strategy. It's a goated bus strategy too. Toes outstretched. Yep. What else? Has anyone ever taken their shoes off on a plane? That's a question. Let's get real. Let's get raw and real. Has anyone ever taken their shoes off on a plane? Be fucking honest, all right? Stand up for yourself, all right? Some people take their shoes off on a plane. Guilty. Guilty. I've done it, but here's the only thing you got to make sure. The only thing you got to make sure is that your socks aren't stinky. It's got to be a fresh pair of clean socks. Just being real. If it's stinky, you keep your shoes on. There's a line. But if you're not stinking it up, take the fucking shoes off, bro. How can you tell? I mean, you should be able to tell. But if you can't tell, ask somebody. Hopefully there's someone with you. Everyone thinks their own socks aren't stinky? No, come on. You know when your socks are stinky. You never taken off your shoe and gotten a whiff and been like, oh, damn. Zam. Only if I get my nose in there. My family likes that. Wait, your family does what? I like the smell low key. All right, well, you don't get to decide then. You don't get to decide. My family likes to cut in line while deboarding. They get up fast and don't wait their turn. No, that's fucked. I feel like, again, I guess I have a random ethical code. Because some people here seem to have very strict rules. I have a line. This is the line I don't have, because here's what I think. When the plane is landed and we're all just waiting around for the light to go on and us to be allowed to leave, the time you're saving by being first is so fucking little. I'm usually one of the last to leave because I don't like the fucking hassle of it. And I'm a window seat guy. So I just sit there. I just wait. I just sort of wait. I just fucking take my time on my phone, chill, and then I fucking can grab everything and go. I don't like the idea of jostling through everybody to fucking... Yeah, I stretch a bit. I send some texts. I don't like a jostle. I just did a 5-week federal election tour of Canada last month on the Leaders Charter plane. My shoes were off on every flight. Yep. Okay. All right. Loud and proud. I respect that. Loud and proud. Loud and proud. This random guy fell asleep on my shoulder on a flight home. I felt rude waking him up, and we both became good friends after. It was because we both lived in the same area. That's a very sweet story. If a random guy fell asleep on my shoulder, I would tap him and wake him up. I'd say, hey, bro, you're hey, no problem, but I was on a flight from Japan with this diplomat sitting next to me, and she took her shoes off. It genuinely made me wonder what kind of awful people work in politics. That's crazy. Listen, if it doesn't stink, you can take your shoes off. It's your own personal freedom. It's not... She's not an awful person. She's not Hitler because she took her shoes off. If it doesn't smell, it's not a problem. And keep the socks on, obviously. Obviously keep the socks on. Don't be wiggling the toesies. Don't be wiggling the toesies. But if you keep your socks on, take the shoes off. It's so fine, dude. Your feet are going to get all cramped on that long flight. Unless it's Toes Out Tuesday. Everyone knows if the flight is on a Tuesday, you let the grippers out. Okay. You get the grippers out on Toes Out Tuesday. Everyone knows that. That's just fucking part of the that's just part of the flight. Some of y'all chatters complaining about my socks smelling when you smell worse with your shoes on. Okay, relax. Hey, easy there, enforcer. Dr. Bung, I know you're on my side, but easy there, big fella. We don't need a... Hey, whoa. We're trying to win hearts and minds here. Chill. Chill. It's a long game. We're playing a long game, Dr. Bung, all right? We're trying to... Normalize vaping and smoking on planes. Not what I'm saying. Although, you know, shouldn't everyone be allowed one big puff, you know? Just like one puff, just to like take the edge off. Everyone should just get one cigarette or cigar and just one big puff, you know, just to normalize opening the windows then. Wait, I do be vaping on planes though. Excuse me? You've been talking all this shit about me taking my shoes off and you're blowing clouds? Bro. Isn't that a crime? Cherry Blast smells better than your feet. Dude. Fucking relax, bro. Fucking relax. I always strategically time my toilet break because I have crazy social anxiety with all the people in cabin watching me wait to take a leak. Awkward. Okay, no wonder half of you guys can't take your shoes off. That's crazy. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. I've never, ever in a million flights been like, look at that guy waiting in line to take a leak. What a loser. What a fucking loser. What a... Look at that guy. He really has to pee. Well, you can't remember anyone ever that did that. He's probably got to go. He's talking about waiting in line, like at the thing. What if he has to poop? He said leak, but also it doesn't matter. It's just a toilet. Do your business in there. It's nobody's mad at you for waiting in line. It means you have to go and you're waiting. I haven't gone to a public bathroom since I was 5. It's disgusting. What's disgusting is you fucking prairie dogging it in public place because you're afraid to use a bathroom. That's what's disgusting. Your inability to use a nearby bathroom is disgusting. We used to live in forests. Me explaining to the fucking flight attendant why I'm pissing all over the wall of the plane. Because I didn't want to wait in line for 30 seconds. That's why the toes need to be out. Pissing on a plane with your grippers out. Okay, but here's one more thing. This is just basic. I guess what I would call this is like you're maxing your self-benefit, but stopping at the line of oppression to other people. And so I would say taking your shoes off in your seat, if you don't stink, is fine. But if you're going to go to the bathroom, obviously put your shoes back on. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone do this. People in chat are talking about like they're walking in their socks. Don't walk in your socks throughout the plane. That's fucking crazy. That's insane. That's ridiculous. You can't do that. It's carpeted. That's not the point. That's not the point. And also, you're walking to the bathroom, and the bathroom's not carpeted. A lot of people judge their own sock stink. No, what you do is you take your sock off. Just take off the right sock, and you wave it. You dangle it over your neighbor in the flight and say, "Hey, is this stinky? Sock check." And then they give it a sniff test, and if they give you 2 thumbs up, then you're good to go. You put that back on. Obviously. That's just basic etiquette. Yeah, I mean, a lot of airlines provide slippers for exactly this reason, bro. Taking your shoes off is not uncommon, nor crazy. I just turn on the overhead fan and hold the sock up to it. If people complain, then you know it's stinky. Just wave it around. Mask the smell of your socks with some discreet farts. No, don't do that. Honestly, obviously people can't control this, but farting on flights is a menace. Farting on flights is a menace. You can't control it, but man, is it. It's a true menace because it's just a hot box, you know? It's just a hot box. I mean, you can control it. You have some direction. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're on a sled going downhill. You can control the direction a bit. You can you have some control, but gravity's taking part of it. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna like you could maybe go to the bathroom and try to get all your farts out there, but not 100%. Doesn't the gas in your bowels expand the elevation? Does it? I don't know. I do not have a farting on planes problem. But when people have farted near me on planes, I find it to be very frustrating. Very much ruins my flight experience. Honestly, I'm being real. This is one of my greatest personal skills is that I, on most flights, this is not an exaggeration, not a joke, will be asleep before takeoff and I will wake up after it's landed. This is an honest to God truth. I can just I am a flight sleeper of the highest order. I truly can sleep on flights like nobody's business. Ari gets mad at me for it because she wants to talk to somebody on the flight. I bet you snore and keep everyone. I don't snore. And maybe I have ripped one while asleep. I can't say it, but I don't bring mouth tape. No, I bring a eye mask. I have an eye mask, complete blackout eye mask, and I have noise canceling headphones. I put those on, put on white noise, lean back, or a podcast, and I am asleep. I'm asleep like insta. What position? Good question. So I really, 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 really need the corner to do this. I have a much harder time falling asleep as in the corner. So I always go to the window seat. Window seat, I usually have a jacket. I bundle it up like a pillow. I stuff it in the corner. I lean on it. I'm like this. And I'm out like a light. I'm out like a light. That is my goated strategy. Been doing it forever. It's incredible. I mean, it helps me a lot. And I find whenever something happens that disrupts that and I don't get to sleep on the flight, I become a cranky ass baby. Like if I have a long flight and something like I have a fucking middle seat and I can't get comfortable and I just sit there seething. I really do. No, movies don't work. I watch one movie and it's like, okay, I'm fine. And then the second movie, I'm like, I'm so fucking annoyed. I can't get comfortable. I'm so fucking annoyed. I start seething, dude. I get angry. You're the guy on the plane which hogs the window seat but is asleep the whole flight. Walk me through this line of logic. Hogs the window seat like we share seats during the flight? like it's a swap. Like, give me the window seat for a bit. It's my seat. It's the seat I bought. Give me a turn. Why are you hogging the seat? What are you fucking talking about? And then also, like, what do you mean, like, I should be appreciating the fucking view on an 8-hour flight? What are you talking about? It's the ocean for half of it. Oh, I will say this. I always close the window. always close the window. If you want to see outside the window, too fucking bad. If I'm window seat, I get the thing, I close it. Oh, for landing, no, it's open, whatever. But like for 90% of the flight, the window is closed. Okay? And if anything, if I'm there early, I close the other windows too. They can reopen them, but I'll close them too. I want no light, dude. I want to sleep. I'll close the other windows too. If someone's there, I'm not going to reach up and do that. But if you're ever on a flight and you approach your window seat and the window's already closed, the jokesters arrived. Look around for me. Look around for me, because Atrioc might be a row in front or a row behind of you. You have a sleep mask. Why would you need to close the windows? Everyone knows that a sleep mask shifts around a bit while you're sleeping. Okay, they're not airtight. Little leaks of light are the difference between a really great sleep and a decent sleep. Okay? So you try to get as dark as possible, and you fucking... So let me get this straight. You recline your seat, no shoes on, hog the window seat, and close it. Again, I don't know what this hogging the window seat is. It's the seat I bought. I don't understand the hogging the seat part. You can't hog a seat. You're in the seat. But other than that, you're 100% correct. Yes, I recline the seat. I will often take my shoes off. Obviously, you have to do a check. It depends on like how fresh the socks are. Usually, if I have a pair of socks, fresh socks, we're good to go. And then eye mask on, sleeping. Yeah. The worst flyer to exist is September 12th, 2000. Dude, do not compare the way I'm flying to 9/11. Okay? What if middle seat asks you to open it? I am obviously non-confrontational. Okay? I'm not going to try and fight somebody on the flight. I'm not going to. If somebody asks me to open it, I'll open it. Okay? I'm not going to fucking. I have to fly next to this guy for 8 hours. However, well, what's the situation? Are they asking me to, like, here's what often happens. I'll have it closed majority of the flight. I'm sleeping. Then I wake up as we're about to land. And then someone might ask me if we can open it. Maybe it's a flight attendant. Someone will ask me to open it. And then I'll open it. Okay? But realistically, what happens is I am first on. I get in my seat. I close the window. Eye mask, headphones, zonked out before I've even spoken to anyone. So nobody can wake me up. Nobody can ask me shit. I'm zonked out. And by the time I wake up, the shit's over. All right? I would slap the shit out of you. Great. I get a free upgrade to first class. Thank you. You've just made my day. You slap me, I complain to the airline. Boom, first class. I'm fucking. You just made my trip 10 times better. You have to small talk to people next to you. I'm not saying I've never done that. Sometimes you get on a flight and you're not tired at all. That happens. And then in that case, I will, I'm a podcaster guy. I'll listen to podcasts, or I'll even talk to people next to me if they're open to it. What's the amount of money before you accept the overbooking bribe? Ooh, that's a good question. Ari and I did accept it once. I don't remember what the amount was. We were much younger. I mean, you probably wouldn't do it now, right? Because we're doing something. But I think we did it for like... It wasn't... You guys are saying much higher numbers than I remember. I feel like we did it for 400 flat each. That's what I remember. I think... This is a while ago, maybe, inflation, but I think we did it for like 400 flat, and it was like pretty sick. How long did you have to wait? It wasn't even that long. It was like, okay, actually it wasn't that long. As I recall, it was like the flight was before noon, and we didn't get to leave till after 5 p.m. So it was like 5+ hours in an airport, but for $400 each, and we weren't in a rush. Think about that. It's not bad. That's not bad. It was worth it, I think. Yeah, it's like $50 an hour. Exactly. Should have picked the credit score. Having actually studied this, they'll go up to like $1,500 a person before forcefully deboarding people. What does forcefully deboarding mean? They pick someone up and drag them off the plane? They can and will? Is it randomized, or is it like the strongest person gets to stay? Whoever can hold on to their seat the longest? What is this United Airlines doctor? I mean, I think I've seen this doctor video, maybe, of a guy being taken off a plane, but I thought it was because he was being unruly. He was just getting deboarded? Let me see. My nose getting stuff. 8 years ago, passenger forcibly dragged off United Airlines plane. Wait, what is this?
Hey, come on. Come on.
Just because they overbooked?
Isn't that right? Can't the pilots drive, Delulu? Can't they rent a car for the pilots and have them drive? Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Holy shit!
My guys, my God! What are you doing? No, this is wrong. Oh my God! Look at what you did to him! Oh my God!
That guy's actually such a Chad. That guy's actually such a Chad. Did he made money from the lawsuit? Dr. United Airlines lawsuit. He got an undisclosed settlement. We don't know how much he made, but probably some bucks, dude, with how popular this video was. United Airlines took full responsibility and acted accordingly. United stepped up to the plate. Yeah, he must have got fucking paid. Dude, that's crazy. They only offered him $800. They offered 400, nobody took it. They offered 800, nobody took it. Then they start dragging him on the floor? That's crazy. It's valid because he was hogging the window. This is how you guys talk about recliners. This is the guy. This is what you guys want for someone who reclines their seat 2 inches. The cops to come in and drag him off to a gulag, dude. It's fucking crazy. We will not be silent. We will not be fucking. You're not a doctor? I'm a streamer. It's more important, okay? If a doctor doesn't do his job, what happens? People die, okay? But if influencers don't do their job, what happens? People don't get slop on their second monitor. Think about that. You want to live in that kind of world? All right. Without influencers, who's there to sleep on the plane? Yeah, exactly. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching today. I was just doing a little late night feel good stream to say hi. I have a presentation for tomorrow. Well, actually, I'm doing best tweets tomorrow, so we'll see. But I will be live tomorrow after Lemonade Stand. I'll be live tomorrow at normal time, 6:30. I'm trying to go live earlier, but it doesn't fit in my day very well because I had meetings at noon, 1, and 2 today, and then I had to work on the slides, and then 4 p.m. was not even close. I don't know. I want to figure this out. I would love to get to a day where I'm going live like 4:30, 5:30, like then. But we'll get there. Anyway, sevens. Tomorrow. Be good. Tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Bye.